With the new zodiac calendar year starting very soon, I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to be productive and stay organized coming from a Virgo rising. If this is your first time here, hi, what's up? My name is Candace and this is 1119. This is the channel where I share with you how to really utilize your astrology to create the soft life that you want, to embark on some wellness. On top of that, just seeing some day-to-day life as a creator here on this earth. And speaking of being a creator, I wanted to really show you guys how I, as a Virgo rising, have not only been trying to continuously growing with utilizing my natal chart to correspond with that on staying productive and creating my desires that are wanting to be manifested here in this 3D world. So in today's topic, we're going to be covering a few chapters today. The first one is we're going to be diving into a morning routine. Why is it important and how you can utilize that to your advantage? And also coming from a perspective of utilizing your astrology as well. I really want to help encourage you guys to really utilize your astrology to its full potential, and really creating a morning routine based off your astrology is going to help you as well. The second chapter within this video today is going to be off of me sharing with you as a creator how I structure my day-to-day as well as my weekly flow to ensure that I am continuously promising that to myself as well as you as my community in regards to staying productive and creating content and how to really create a work. The third chapter, we're going to be diving into mealtime because we got to fucking eat, and us not allowing ourselves to eat or to give ourselves the nutrients that we need to continue on to be productive is going to not only be counterproductive, but also not going to really work out for you as well, because you need fuel in order for you to run. And so we're going to be talking about mealtime and how you can really utilize that to your advantage. Then we're going to be diving into my productivity hacks. Now, these hacks may not be like the grandest scale, but again, sometimes the simplicity of things is actually the best way that you can utilize for yourself to get and stay consistent within your own goals and your desires. Then we're going to be diving into how to really have a work-life balance and what does that mean for me and how it can mean for you and what you can do for yourself. And last but certainly not motherfucking least, we're going to be diving into the things that you should not be doing, because I know there's a lot of people that says tips, tips, tips. And just like I said in this, we're going to be diving into tips. I want you also to know that there are some things that you should not do if you're trying to be productive or trying to be more organized within your day-to-day life. So that all being said, let's go ahead and dive into chapter number 1, which is creating that particular morning routine. Let me first just say that it was not easy for me to really create a morning routine. This girl right here was a sleeper. This girl right here was very much, I want to eat, I want to just play, I want to just have fun and live life to the fullest. It wasn't really until I had my first baby, my son Isaiah, that I had to change my habits, because babies require attention and nourishment. And that means waking up at the crack of dawn or at random times of the night. And because of that switch within me, I had to learn to create a more morning routine for self. And this actually really developed even more when I had my second child, because I felt like I was losing me time. And how can I establish me time before I have to give my energy out to my kids? This is why I really started having a morning routine. And when I really created that morning routine, it just stuck with me for the past 7 years. So now I am a morning person. Now I prefer to be working in the morning, getting up in the morning, because it really sets the tone for the day. It gives you this boost of serotonin and focus and drive that allows you to really have and feel like you are creating success in your life on a day-to-day, hourly, weekly, daily fucking basis. And if you start with a different routine that really matches your perspective, which is your rising sign, then you are going to be really, going beyond than what anybody else can do. Because honestly, having a morning routine based off your rising sign is going to give you the best way to move forward, because you're acting or really embodying the energy that is within you, which is your day-to-day life. That's what your ascendant means. You see your life through this zodiac sign. So by creating a morning routine based off of that, you're automatically creating or developing or establishing some form of morning routine that based off of your energy alone. Now, to dive in a little bit deeper about your ascendant sign, we talked about this on my podcast, which is called North Node Broadcast, and it was on episode 1, where we literally dived into your rising sign just a little bit. And what does that mean and how you can utilize that for yourself? Well, your rising sign really is your ascendant, which basically says this is how you see your day-to-day life. This is how you navigate. This is how you make your decisions. It's off of this energy, and this energy is your zodiac sign. For me in particular, just to give you an example, I'm a Virgo rising per my sidereal natal chart. And what that means is that I see my life very structured in a way that relates to my home, my body, my wellness, and how I keep my organization within both the workplace as well as my home. Not only did I learn about how my rising sign affects me in that way, but because it is an earth sign, the things that I established for myself to really incorporate this energy involved two things. One, I really wanted to learn more about Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a mind, it is a planet of communication. So part of my morning routine does consist of either doing a meditation as soon as I wake up, or I am doing some form of journaling to really connect to my mind and really center myself. Maybe think back about my dreams or what I'm feeling first thing in the morning. By talking about that, communicating, writing about it, it helps me set the tone for my day. On top of that, it is an earth sign. So anything that would be grounding for me, that will allow me to feel at ease for the day, helps me really continue to feel successful. So it just depends on what you really want and what you're really willing to try when it comes to looking at your ascendant sign and seeing how that can help you right now on creating a more morning routine. One of my favorite ways that you can really embark or start a morning routine is allow yourself to have a more gentle morning routine. And what I mean by that is gentle morning routines or routine in general is really taking your time. You're not rushing yourself. It's not you having 30 minutes to get dressed, ready, feed yourself, feed your cat, clean up, make your bed, all that stuff. Like you're giving yourself that time to wake up. You're giving yourself time to just unravel and decompress and feel how you want to feel for the day. One prime example is my girl, Nicole. I love her. Shout out to you, Nicole. Again, if you haven't watched episode number 3 in our podcast, please go check it out. It will be linked down below. But like I talked about Nicole and her energy in Alone. And because of who she is, on her, like her morning routine literally has to do with some form of coffee or journaling or just doing little walks around the neighborhood. She's allowing herself to really tap into that gentle, level, easing of the day kind of flow. So like I said, this could be you really playing some maybe affirmation music, maybe some frequency. Maybe this is you taking the time to make yourself that coffee because you used to go to Starbucks, but you're saving money. Buy yourself an espresso machine and you start to really develop a more love for coffee. So that means you have to take your time. And then once you're done making your coffee, you sit down and you look outside the window and you're just thankful for being alive. That is you taking a gentle morning. It could be taking walks. It could be just laying in bed for an extra 10, 15 minutes because you're just dirt tired. You are giving yourself that time, that gentle flow to really start your day. Now, picking back to my current routine, as of right now, I do have to be at work by like 5:30 in the morning. So my morning routine really starts at like 3:15. I give myself a nice 30-minute journaling, a nice 20-minute meditation, and then I go ahead and start getting ready for the day. The previous night, I've taken a shower. So it's just really me getting ready, wiping the crust out of my eyes, feeling like, do I need to put makeup on? Do I want to get dressed up? Do I want to just be casual today? Is my hair done? Etc., etc. Feel moony when, I get done getting dressed and then I start heading out to catch my bus. So my morning routine really is a nice slow one, but it is also a combination of my astrology or ascendant sign. And then I allow myself to have that gentle morning where I'm taking my space, I'm taking my energy and slowly unveiling me on getting up and starting the day just like that. And if you guys want some more examples on this, just let me know. I have all the answers because I've written books on this. I've taught my clients on this just for them to tap into their own energy. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to talk about that and we can have that be another video. Now let's go ahead and dive into Creative Day because Creative Day is a little bit different. Now, I want to just preface and say that you as the viewer, my community member, my family, you have the option on how you want to create your life. Everyone does. That's the beauty of this thing that we call Earth. We can make those cautious decisions on ourselves and see what we want internally regarding our sacral chakra and really start to manifest that, put energy behind that, start working towards that energy. And so as a creator myself, I have different variations of desires and different things that I want to tap in or to share with you. And so my creative day really does have a way of structure, organizing, creativity, and then cycle. And this is what I mean by that. One of the main things that I like to utilize is a calendar. Now, I don't know about anyone who doesn't utilize a calendar, but I have to. I have to not only see what my week and month is going to be about, I do a lot of modeling gigs. I have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to my 9 to 5. I also like to make sure that I'm on top of birthdays and if there's deadlines for UGC content that I'm doing for brands, anything that really pertains to my creativity, as well as how to stay on top of that, my wellness. So I also schedule a time for my workouts, meal prep, self-care. I utilize this every day. It helps me stay intact and really understanding like, girl, you got things to do. You are booked and busy. We need to stay on top of these things. Utilizing a calendar is literally my top one way that you can do that. It's free, it's easy. You can utilize the one that's on your phone. You can download Google Calendar. And what I like about Google Calendar, like this isn't a plug, like none of these are plugs, by the way. Like I'm not getting paid by any forms of me telling you what I use. It's just I love fucking using these. With Google Calendar, you can color block, you can set the time, you can repeat it, you can really create and structurize your calendar if it helps you to do that. And honestly, I would again utilize what's already there for you. So let's just say, for instance, you are a content creator, you're a contractor, you're independent, and you're trying to establish more of a better productive week for yourself when it comes to creating content or research it, editing it, posting it, getting approval, etc., and you have some form of system, but you're not really sure how to really get more concrete or more precise about it. Having not only a calendar, but then also Notion is going to help you really continuously allow yourself to grow with your business, with your form of keeping your clients on track, as well as your community that you're growing on your own little platforms. And it's just a very good way to stay trackful on what you're doing. So with the calendar, it helps you stay productive and organized in regards to deadlines and what you don't need to miss out. And Notion is over here helping you really break that down even easier with your desires. Now, for me, I have been utilizing Notion probably for like 4 years now. I feel like ever since I found them and they came out, I have been loving the fact that this was based off of mind. Like this is based off of mind individuals. They wanted to create a software or a tool for those individuals who are way more analytical than someone who just needs to do visual things to keep themselves intact. Now, as a Virgo rising, again, I see my day-to-day life in an organized, structural way. And Notion helps with that because it helps me structurize what's in here and categorize it a little bit better. So it's a way more easier for me to find that. It's way more easier for me to add in certain notes, links, images, anything that's really going to help benefit me in regarding that topic and regarding this scenario or project or storytelling. It helps me read back on that. Also, on top of that, it is very aesthetically pleasing. Like I like the fact that I can build and create it on my own and make it be just beautiful. I've added Spotify so that my music can play. I've added a place for me to do my notes and my journaling, to really go back to my astrology progress chart, really helping me stay organized when it comes to my move that's coming up here pretty shortly. So it's just a very beautiful free tool for you to utilize for yourself on staying organized and prioritizing the things that you really need to do. Also with Notion, there are tons of little widgets that you can add, like calendars, AI tools. So there's just a lot of things within Notion that you can utilize on a day-to-day basis that will help you stay prioritized, organized from a analytical, mental perspective. So let's talk about the thing that's my favorite, which is food, which would be in regards to meal prepping. Now, I have not been a fan of meal prepping. I was always like, oh, I'll just do it the night before, or I'll do the night of, I'll give myself enough time. And let's be real and let's be honest, sometimes our day-to-day things actually take us away from doing these things as called, such as like grocery shopping, making the food, and getting organized and staying on top of your nutrition and not eating unhealthy things. So meal prepping really is something that helps you get ahead of the week. It allows you to let go of that stress of like, how am I gonna, like, what's for dinner tonight? Or what am I gonna have for breakfast as soon as you wake up and you're on a rush because you didn't do your morning routine and you're trying to figure out like, what am I going to eat for the day? This is how you save yourself so much headache and so much pain and so much by just utilizing a different form of prepping your meals. First things first, order your groceries. I know a lot of people will sit there and say, but Candace, that's a lot of money and I don't have money for that. Well, you know what? I don't have a car. So for me, by me buying my groceries and not having to utilize the bus or Lyft or anything else, like I'm actually saving myself time and energy and really just taking care of it. Like I love myself that I'm willing to pay for my groceries and not deal with it. You may not want to feel that way, but honestly, it takes away the hour of you having to go there, staying in line, having to deal with people that are disrespectful, and then having to pack it and then bring it to your house. Like, honestly, it's the best thing. I could probably say that I spend a lot of money just because I love food and I take care of this vessel to where I'm willing to pay for the organic. I'm willing to pay extra for certain things, especially if I know it's going to help benefit my vessel. So the first thing I do is really grocery shop on mine. Now, you don't have to utilize Walmart app or Target or even Instacart. There are local things that you can utilize to help you get that food. I think there's also a few different food delivery groceries that are nationwide. It's a good service for yourself. I'm just saying you should try it before you knock it and really allow yourself to get away from that stress of actually grocery shopping. Now we need to go ahead and start prepping our food, which means we got to clean our food. If you're not fucking cleaning your food, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to just say that right now. I'm being for real. You need to start washing and cleaning your vegetables and fruits. Also your grains. Wash, wash, wash. I don't care what anyone says. You need to be cleaning it and you need to be researching if you don't know, because I did. The Virgo within me was like, I need to figure out how to really actually clean my vegetables. So clean your vegetables, clean your fruits, clean your grains, just clean them. Once we have cleaned them, now it's time to actually put them away and actually utilize them. Now we're actually going to make the meals. If this means that you have to block out some time on your calendar the week prior to make your grocery list, to figure out what recipes you want to make so that when you actually do your grocery haul, you know exactly what you're buying. Then when you get it, you actually know what you're making. Then make it. You know what I mean? Like you then need to take the action behind that and actually make it. And honestly, you just need to give yourself like 4 hours. If I'm being honest, it's going to take about 4 hours. If you're doing 3 different kind of meals or different kind of variations of meals for the rest of the week, it'll probably take you 4 hours. And that 4 hours literally eliminates a whole week of you having to stop, prep, and cook. A win is a win. You know what I mean? Like, I need you guys to start thinking smarter and not harder. Confirmation bird. And then when you get done with your meal prep, then everything's done. You can just slide and grab it. Especially if you got those containers that just, it's perfect, it's cute, it's aesthetic, it's a Libra me. Like once you like get your containers and everything set up, you're golden. The whole week is solid. You don't have to worry about mealtime. You don't have to worry about breakfast, anything like that. Everything is taken care of. And it was simply because you blocked out the time by utilizing a calendar, gave yourself that organization with Notion to really create your grocery list, and then you order the groceries, meal prep them, clean them, and then put them away so that you're able to now really enjoy the rest of your weekend. Speaking of, let's go ahead and dive into the next chapter. I already talked about one of my favorite productivity hacks, and that is color blocking out your calendar. And honestly, again, it's super easy to do. You just color, time, set it, repeat it. Especially if you know certain things are going to be repetitious, go ahead and do that. And if you don't know, then once you know you're doing this project or you need to research or there's some deadlines, once you know that, allow yourself time, allow yourself to put it in your calendar so you know today's the day that I got to work on that project. Today's the day I got to finish this podcast. Whatever it is that you need to do, color block it, give yourself that space and time to actually put it in your calendar and then start to implement it. Speaking of when you implement it, then you need to go ahead and have a timer. So say for instance, you're making the calendar, you're doing all these things, but like when you are actually sitting down to do it, you're like, and then you maybe start scrolling on your phone, you start texting people, you start doing things that are actually outside of what you said you're going to color block yourself to do. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to tell you right now that's going to help you is setting a timer. Now you can utilize a timer that's on your phone. You can utilize this app that I use, which is called Time or like Timu or something like that. I don't have it in front of my face right now because obviously I'm recording on my phone, but I use this for all of my time blocking. And what's really cool about this is that you can also core-align this to your color blocking or your calendars. If you know Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you need to be researching or editing or content creation or whatever it is, then you can have a timer in there specifically for 2 hours, only research, only this. Now, if 2 hours is a little too long, then break that down to 15 minutes. Break that down to an hour. Give yourself a time where you're literally just focusing on that one thing, and that's it. There's nothing else. Your phone's down. It is on do not disturb. You are having headphones. You're playing frequency music or maybe brown noise, something that's allowing you to really focus on the task at hand. And that's also another one of my productivity hacks. My gift is clairaudient, and so like I hear a lot. I intuitively know a lot. And sometimes the best way for me to kind of knock out all of that noise is really having some form of brown noise. It just helps me really, really, really well. Another sound that really helps me is Jupiter as well. I don't know why, but it could be that my Jupiter's in Pisces and I'm a Pisces North Node. And honestly, that's really kind of good too, because you're just allowing yourself to tap into that success, abundant kind of energy as you're working on the thing that you're trying to make successful and abundant. Just saying, it helps you out really stay focused. An hour later, you're actually done. You may be done a little bit earlier, but you're not being distracted, and that's really the goal here. Work-life balance is actually one of my favorites because a lot of people say that you work too hard, and I did. I did a lot. When I first got this job, I was really like going ham for it, making myself make a big stamp. I was giving my energy to this business because this is the first job that actually saw me and has been paying me my worth. And I wanted to give that energy back by going ham for it, putting my energy and all into it. And by doing so, I lost myself. Like, I think I didn't really take a day off from my job until like 6 months of me being in it. And I was exhausted. I didn't really have my own hobbies. I didn't have friends that I was seeing all the time because I was working. And I really told myself that I need to curate a better work-life balance for myself, because if I don't, then I'm going to start resisting the job position that I have and how much I really do love it. Me creating a more work-life balance, it's helped me really enjoy life more, put me first more, seeing the things and doing the things that I really want to do, and making sure that I'm actually doing them, or I'm allowing myself to really dive into that aspect. Now, getting back to my calendar, I specifically have like me time on the weekends. I also have it after work, but as I say that, it's 2:20 on the clock. It's funny. My work-life balance had to be more a self thing. It had to be something that I'm willing to prioritize, and that was really hard for me to do in the beginning because I didn't know how to take a step back. I didn't know how to really do things for myself because I wasn't used to spending money on me. I wasn't used to enjoying life and doing things without my kids or without a partner. So this really pushed me over my normal capacity to really start to love myself and really bring in that balance of, okay, it's okay to play, but it's also okay to go ahead and go ham. It's okay to rest. It's okay to do those three things and then repeat, repeat, repeat. But don't always go ham for work and not do something for yourself. Don't always do something for yourself, but then you lose the value that you had with your career and what you're doing. Don't lose that sense of, I need to not fucking do anything, bitch. I don't need to love on myself because I'm loving myself by resting. I don't need to be answering phone calls. I don't need to be doing anything other than laying my black ass on this motherfucking couch. So having a work-life balance is crucial to you staying organized and prioritized. I know a lot of people will say that's the opposite of what you want to do, but you can't continue to go ham, ham, ham and not get burnt out. This prevents burnt out. This prevents, I'm done, I'm tired, and I don't want to do this anymore. So because I've only done workouts at home, I never had like a partner to go to the gym with, because let's just be real, going to the gym sometimes can be very awkward, especially with men staring at you and females as well. And I really wanted to bring this energy of working out, physically working out more often into my routine. And I really enjoy the fact that me and Cindy, my coworker, have really not only grown a friendship, but also just like the interest of gym, eating healthy, looking good, being our best for this summer, like kicking ass, sea bass. Like, we're both going ham and we're in the gym for about like 2 hours. Also, with my calendar, I blocked out me time. Me time is really like on the weekends, and honestly, it's mostly on Sunday. It could also be Saturday. It's kind of like, if I'm really being honest, it's probably like Friday through Sunday, because Friday is Venus Day. Saturday is today. I usually do content or I'm editing. And then Sunday is the day that I really do nothing and just do a lot of meal prep, hanging out, movies, social media, things like that. Like, I'm relaxing. It's me time. So I really enjoy these times with myself. It gives me certain days where I can just sporadically take myself on a date or go shopping or not do anything at all and just be a bum in my home watching anime. Like, it's the best way for me to really decompress from the current work week and really give myself back that energy that I depleted throughout the week as well. And lastly, but certainly not least, one of the best ways that I have embodied more of a work-life balance is doing a lot of self-reflection. Now, a lot of people will be like, Candace, why are you self-reflecting? What's going on? There's nothing going on. There's just, I want to make sure that I'm good. Like before I continue on with the next week or the next day, like, how are you? And I would ask myself in the mirror, I would ask my internal self, like my higher version, my soul, like, are we okay? Are we good? What's going on? Checking in. It's a quick check-in that you can do daily or you can do weekly, but check in. Because when you are just like focused on something, it's great, it's good. But in order for you to have that balance of what you actually experience with the people, the arguments, the laughter, you need to self reflect what the energy you just experienced because you are energy. Energy is literally everything. And so if you're wanting more experiences with new friendships and fun groups or doing things together with a group of people, embrace that, self-reflect that, give that energy. So you're saying, I want more of this. If you like the fact that your job or work has been going ham and you like that things are getting done and you want to move forward in that direction and build your resume or build whatever it is, it's the same concept. Give yourself time to reflect that, like, man, I really enjoyed how this work week I was going ham and I was doing this, people are listening to me, I was giving suggestions, and I want to embody more of that. Like, how can I step up more into that energy? See what I'm saying? Like if you're giving yourself that self-reflection on a whatever basis that you want to do it in, it literally helps you stay in that workflow balance. So last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about what not to fucking do. Okay? What we're not going to do in 2024, what we're not going to do is actually create more intensity and drama for ourselves when it's not necessary. That means our inner critic as well as our judgment towards self. Stop it. Stop it. Now, I'm only saying this because I'm a Virgo rising. We are, and we have an inner critic. We have an inner critic in here all the time. You could be doing harder. You could be doing this. You could be doing that. Why didn't you do that better? Redo, scratch that, recreate that. Taking time and energy and second guessing the things that we're doing because we have a lot of in here. This is coming from a lot of our traumas. This is coming from a lot of our triggers. This is coming from a lot of people's unnecessary word vomit to ourselves that tell us how we're a bunch of a fuck up, our childhood, adulthood, racism. There's so many things that come into play, but we're over here inner critically. I need you to stop. I need you to stop that right now because I had to. I had to literally come with the mindset of like, okay, and life's too short to be in here all the time and fucking think that you're worse or that you're not doing anything or that you could be blaming yourself for other people's actions and shit. Stop it. Stop it. And when you look at your content, don't sit there and think like your content's not the greatest or that it's not going to get enough views. Like, stop it. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing a lot of self-sabotage. And who's it benefiting? It's benefiting your enemy. It's benefiting your haters. It's benefiting people who don't care about you. It's benefiting people who will wish on your downfall. That energy that they're pointing towards you, you are embracing that energy more than you sitting here saying, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I may not know how to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm putting myself first. You need to change that inner critic in here that is self-deprecating on what your capabilities are. Stop it. The other thing is too is the judgment. Judgment towards self, judgment towards other people. That negative energy cycles. And I'm not about bad energy. Like, keep that shit away from there. Like, that's just for the fucking birds. Like, I'm not trying to deal with any type of drama. Also, at the same time with judgment, this is internal judgment. This is with how you feel about yourself. And a lot of people will sit there and say this has nothing to do with productivity in an organization. Yeah, it does. Because if you have this negative energy or feeling or thoughts about you, what makes you think you're able to stay productive, get things done, stay organized, and desire, manifest the things that you want? Like, how do you... I don't know anyone that is in a lower vibe, that has accepted lower energy, that is embracing that on a daily basis to where they're still productive and having a good life and really happy. There's internal happiness, internal, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an internal happiness that you have to first have in order for your present space to really reflect how you're feeling in the inside. So if you're feeling in the inside is very judgmental, it's very critical, it's very anal, it's very like, damn, you got like a stank fucking attitude, you ain't going nowhere. And you're just going to create the life that no one wants, including yourself. So stop it. And if you need ways to help yourself, Look at your natal chart and look at Chiron. Look at your Lilith. Look at your Saturn. There's a lot of placements in here that would tell you how you need to heal. Look at what the things that's continuously in your thought process. Like, what are you constantly talking about in your mind? Work on it. This is the time for you to really work on self and bring on that energy of change. How are you wanting to change your life? And if that requires you to really dive in deep first before you start implementing these tools for productivity and organization. Because again, if you're not feeling good within self, you really putting these tools to work is really not going to help you, because you're not feeling good that you're worthy of it. And then the thing that you're trying to work towards is really not ever going to manifest, because you're constantly second guessing that this is something that you even deserve to have. Okay? Everyone in this world, you are beautiful and you deserve the world. And you deserve whatever you desire, as long as it's healthy, as long as it doesn't harm or hurt anyone else. I think you should be able to have what you're trying to manifest in this life. But you're never going to manifest these things until you tap into that darkness, until you tap into the shadow side of yourself and believe and trust that this is something that, if it's calling out to you, like the universe is saying, your higher self is saying, yeah, this is yours. So what are you doing to fucking get that shit? No one else can give it to you but you. Just want to point that out. This is the last chapter I want to talk about, because like this is really important. This is what helped me. I can't really sit there and say that I didn't manifest this apartment without fucking tears, without me going through the trenches, without me having to lose people, myself included. I had to learn what these things are in order for me to release it, heal it, and then trust the process of that I can manifest something like this. That I can have my own place, my own job, a beautiful cat, things in nature, like my beauty, everything. Like I feel sexy. Like this took time, and it takes energy. It takes you really trusting and loving yourself. So get out of here, write it down, figure it out, go to a therapist, give yourself time to figure out you. And when you figure out you and what's going on and what you want to manifest, then utilizing these tools is actually going to help you skyrocket so much more higher and faster than you ever fucking believe. Because now that there's no blockages, now that there's no fear, now that there's no second guessing, criticism of yourself, you really can tap into staying productive, staying focused, and really creating and establishing the life that you desire. Thank you so much for watching today's video on how to stay productive and organized from a Virgo rising. I really do hope that all of the chapters today actually help you establish some way of moving forward, direction on keeping you organized and productive in the year 2024. Again, the new astrological calendar year is literally happening, and this is new energy. Let bygones be bygones. Start focusing on what you want and start tapping into how you can really productively stay organized to get that thing that you want. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed and join the family, and I will catch you guys at our next video. Bye guys. Mwah.